Another day, another motorcycle. What is up, you guys? Yep, look it, we made it. We are on a 2019 Indian FTR. Finally! This is my very first time ever riding the FTR. Already the differences in between this bike and my Scrambler, it's quite stunning. Not shocking, but stunning. We are doing the same test ride as the one that we did on the Triumph Scrambler. If you haven't seen that one yet, you can check that video out right here. It is much warmer today. Lovely 55 degrees and sunny. I can dig it. The sad thing is, the reason I'm actually test riding this FTR right now is because I have the Scrambler in the shop getting some new parts installed consecutively, and my Dyna is still in the shop getting her parts installed. Obviously, when you see this video, I'll have both motorcycles back home safe and sound, but for me right now, I'm like, no. Both of my bikes are in the shop. I've lost my arms and my legs and my freedom. But that's okay, it's gonna snow this week. So yeah, I'll take every opportunity to go test ride some motorcycles. This one is just, you know I use the word chunky a lot to express my adjectives when I ride new motorcycles. Okay, does the indicator self-end? No, I guess not, okay. But yeah, chunky. This has an Akrapovic exhaust on it. Akrapovic, I don't know how to say it. Mila Jovovich exhaust on it. So I'm not sure if it's tuned or what, but it definitely feels gurgly. Like downshifting's a little chunky. Yeah, it's like really jerky, which I'm sure if you're like a daily rider of this thing, that's a very normal feeling. Okay, I don't think the indicators self-cancel. Yeah, oh, there it goes. Okay. So let's go ahead and give a quick walk around on this beauty. I don't know why the engine light's flashing. It might be a used bike. No, I don't think so. I think it's a brand new bike, just an older, it's a 2019. That is a stiff kickstand. Okay. Look at that beauty. Like I just mentioned, this is a 2019 Indian FTR, and I can tell you right away, this bike is fun. This is a fun bike. I've ridden it a whole mile and a half at a top speed of about 40 miles an hour. It feels real. It feels aggressive and responsive and more like stiff, I guess you would say. Obviously, you got this monoshock suspension, so every time I hit a bump, man, I feel it. Got that nice Akrapovic exhaust, gives a nice little back cackle. I do love that. The front of her looks nice and aggressive. This is probably the closest thing, other than an FZ09 I've ridden before, closest thing I've come to a sport bike. The controls and the feet, like the footing position, is definitely more back behind me than I'm used to, but it was comfortable. And the number one thing I noticed as soon as I hopped on the bike, it's tall, but it's not as tall as my Scrambler, and the seat really grips you. Like, this material is so grippy. I know the FTR has slightly more horsepower than my Scrambler, but I haven't really got into it yet, so I just wanted to stop and do a quick walk around so you can see what we're working with, and then let's go ride. Man, this kickstand, snappy. Oh man, wow. Whoa, that just takes off almost like it's an automatic. That was crazy feeling. I barely let go of the clutch and we started moving, man. It reminds me of all of these newer manual transmission cars, how they basically are impossible to stall. Watch me stall this thing for sure. Yeah, low speed and low RPM cruising is I'm not touching the throttle at all, and it is jerking. It wants to jerk away from me, so, but she definitely wants to be at higher RPMs. Oh, I can see how this right here, your high beams, I can see how I would definitely accidentally be flashing people all the time. The controls, the foot controls feel way more like responsive and closer than on my Scrambler. And I think these three little lights here are the different modes. So you have rain mode, street mode, and sport mode. And I'm gonna wait a little bit until I switch into sport mode just so I can kind of get a gauge for what this feels like normally. Look at my shadow, I look cute. I was gonna stop for him, but he wasn't paying attention to me. The ergonomics of how I'm sitting is interesting. It's weird. I feel like I'm actually sitting into the bike, which is very comfortable because, like, you know, when I first rode the Scrambler, I was like, oh my God, I'm on top of this thing, literally on top of it, like riding on a broomstick, quite literally. And then in this bike, I'm into it. You know, it has a little lip on the back of the seat that grips your butt and your tailbone. And then the tank, like I am gripping this tank with my legs and it feels so good. I can definitely see how people are feeling confident and nimble in the cornering and stuff because you're just kind of in this bike, you're one with it. But the thing that's really catching my attention right now is the low speed. Like maintaining a consistent speed seems difficult for it. And like I said, that could be because it's an aftermarket. It has an aftermarket exhaust. It might not have a tune. I really don't know much about this bike. But so far, I'm liking it. And I should go ahead and get this out of the way now. When I was doing my research, personally, when I was thinking about getting a Scrambler, I really did do research in between the FTR and the Scrambler 1200, the Triumph. And it kind of came down, after watching a few reviews, it kind of came down to, hi baby. It kind of came down to how I personally was anticipating using the machine. So essentially the Scrambler is lighter and taller and a little more off-road setup, a little more off-road capable. And it's it's capable for asphalt, tarmac as well. So that was like the selling point for me and the Scrambler. And honestly, I think the Scrambler is so sexy. I think the FTR is sexy too. I do not personally have a thing for the look of Indian motorcycles. I do think they look a little boxy and plasticky sometimes. I don't think they're hideous. When you put it side by side with something else, my eye tends to wander. But this FTR is a good looking bike. Like that I can say with 100% confidence. And I probably look really good on it. Yeah, hey girl. Yeah, I feel like I turned the high beams on again. How can I tell? I don't see an indicator for high beams. Oh, there you go. Oh, okay, you have to press and hold. That's good. Okay, how do you turn them off? Oh, I did it again. Okay, there, they're off. Yeah, that's right when I lift my hand to grab the clutch. I hit those high beams, so that would be annoying. This bike has cruise control as well. And I love that you can actually increase or decrease the cruise control on this bike because on the Scrambler, you can't. You just press it and go. Ooh, she's tall. Yeah, I'm tiptoeing. I mean, I can flat foot. I'm actually flat foot right now. But yeah, this feels good. Something else I really love about this bike immediately, it has a key and an ignition. I hate keyless bikes. Lo and behold, I bought one. Yeah, much smoother at higher RPMs. I don't believe this has a tachometer, which is fine. You don't need a tach, but I truly love knowing what my bike is doing. The pegs do tend to be right in the way of me wanting to walk the bike or maneuver it at low speeds, but they flip up, so it's really not that bad. I think I'm actually going to switch her over to sport mode. There we go. Let's see if she's a little more responsive. Yeah, I think there's a little more pep in her step in sport mode. Initial thoughts, I like it. I really like this bike. I think this is a very comfortable, upright, sporty, yet aggressive looking cruiser type of motorcycle that is very user friendly. I am 5'7" tall. I'm a woman, hello. And I think I have the inseam height of about 29 inches. I can flat foot this motorcycle, but it's more comfortable to not flat foot it. Do I wish I would have purchased this instead of the Scrambler? No. This bike feels like a cruiser bike, like a bike that I already kind of have, just a different seating position. The Scrambler is a whole different feel, and I can't wait to start taking her off-road. That's actually why she's in the shop right now, because we're putting on some aftermarket protection and parts so that when I can take her off-road, she'll be safe in case I drop her, because I know I will. I'm scared. So yeah, this is just my first initial reaction to the Indian FTR. I've never ridden one before. I have, from the day that they came out, I have thought they were very attractive looking motorcycles. So I'm excited I had the opportunity to test one out. I don't know if it's just an Indian thing. I really don't know if it's an Indian thing, because I had the same issue on the Challenger. The throttle delay is real. There is a throttle delay. It does not react exactly when I want it to, which is incredibly frustrating. And it is in sport mode. Stop commenting on that other video and telling me to put it in sport mode. It was in standard mode, damn it. I left it in standard because I was riding it standard, not sporty. So now this bike is officially in sport mode and I still feel the throttle delay, which is just something you get used to. It's not a bad thing, I think. Just not used to it. So if this is your very first time checking out my videos, what's up? Thank you guys. My name is Jess and I make motorcycle related content every single week. You can check out new videos on my channel every single Monday and Thursday. So if you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button and enjoy. Whoa, yeah, that kicked me back in my seat. Oh, there it is. There's the sport mode. That was much torquier. That was funny. I wasn't expecting that. But like I was saying, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and continue hanging out with us over here as we test ride motorcycles, ride all different kinds of motorcycles, and just have fun. We just have a good time. Before I officially close out this video, come on, we got to take this bike on the highway. You can't get a real feel for a motorcycle just doing 35 miles an hour. Oh, there is RPM. Oh, okay. I just had to toggle. So idling, we're at about 1200 RPM. That sounds good. Man, that throttle delay really does kick you back in your seat a little bit. But the nice thing about this seat, it holds you in. I'm telling you, I really enjoy that about this bike. I feel planted, like I'm not sliding around all over the place. Well, that was an easy 60 miles an hour. Feels good on the highway. Definitely a more aggressive stance fighting against the wind. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had fun making it. Shout out to Iron Pony Motorsports for letting me test ride some of their motorcycles. I was really excited to test ride this one for the first time. Like I said earlier, please hit that subscribe button. Think about hanging out with us on the channel for a little longer. I have some of the best freaking people in the whole universe subscribed here. I love you guys. I had a really good time on this motorcycle. Good times all around. As always, you guys be good, and I will see you later.